What If It's Cool is proudly brought to you by Respo Clothing. Feel like a champion by wearing the merch from all the stars, including Luke Resner, B Squared, Savannah Rowe, John Stop Action, Nova Nichols, The Cooters, and my personal favourite, Conflict Axiom. So feel like a champion by checking out Respo Clothing. They can be found on Facebook and on Instagram. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling presents New Beginnings 3, happening on March 16th at the Seaford Community Centre. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Mayhem Pro presents Mayhem Mania, happening on Saturday, March 16th. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. MXW presents Coastal Chaos, happening on Saturday, March 23rd. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. The finals of the Alpha Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Tournament conclude at Alpha Pro Wrestling's All or Nothing, happening on Saturday, April 13th at the Pipework Market. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. Before you see All or Nothing, make sure to check out Alpha Pro Wrestling's Energy 3, also happening at the Pipework Market. Entry fee is only $2. Make sure to check it out. MXW presents Game Over, happening on Saturday, April 27th at the Sunbury Memorial Hall. Ticket link is in the description. Make sure to check it out. It's Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays, and I'm with my co-host as always, John L. Crossfire. Johnny, how are you? And we've got a very special guest on this one.
Yes, a very special guest.
Yeah, Boman or Bo Hockey, depending on which character he's going to be in.
Depending on what promotion I'm in, I guess. Yeah.
Just going to split him down between the two characters as he's talking.
Well, you know what the funny thing is, in his episode that comes out this week, I just literally just went Bo Bowman, Bo Hockey. I just couldn't be switch to which. So I was just like, yeah. I don't know if I've done this at the time as this has been released, but I'll probably release two graphics. One that says Bo Hockey and the other one says Bo Bowman. I think
it's like choose your own.
Viewer's choice.
Yeah.
What are we? Normally I ask this to John, but because you request this and I also request this in the episode, which is available wherever you get your podcast. What are we reacting to today, Bo?
So we're watching my 5-star classic against George the Hitman Julio. That was when was it? Sorry, I just lose track. Like since COVID, like time is just it's just scattered for me. I think it was like 2018 or 2017, maybe 2018. I think. It was a couple of years before the pandemic. Yeah, that's what we're watching today. It's nothing too. It's not a matte classic, so I guess you just have to watch it.
John, I know you haven't listened to the episode yet because it hasn't been released as a time of recording, but just some of the stories that Bo has said here, I couldn't resist.
I can imagine, much like with the JK one, I cannot wait to listen.
Oh my God. The most interesting thing here, folks, is obviously, if you listen to the episode, Bo said he hasn't wildly distributed it, but Bo, why is the video caption Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant?
So I'll give you the same answer that I gave you off camera. It's because I'm a dickhead. There's no other explanation. Like I don't know, man. I made it that way. I don't know.
My question is, which one's Hulk and which one's Andre?
I would say I'm probably Andre. I would say George is closer to Hogan than what I am. I think Hogan was losing his hair by then. So yeah, probably George was probably George.
Oh,
Hogan's probably George. Yeah,
George, if you're watching this, all those comments were from Bo Bowman.
Hey, I told him there's no rematch. He can't get me back. There's no rematch. That's it.
I was going to say the opposite.
I'm like Apollo Creed at the end of Rocky 1. No rematch. No rematch.
Speaking of that, rest in peace, Carl Weathers. You will be missed.
Yeah, wow.
I know. Segue, huh? And with that being said, let's get right into the action. So this is who filmed this, by the way?
Wait, have we started? Oh, are you sorry, I'm peeking behind the curtain here. You're screen sharing, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So who filmed this? So this was, I'm pretty sure this was George's daughter. Because it's on an iPad in portrait.
Oh,
So
shit.
I think there was cameras that actually filmed this show, but getting actual footage from any of these shows is like getting blood from a stone. So all that I have is just this iPad footage that was
That's
streamed
okay.
live on Facebook.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It's just this is the first time, and I think this is the only time that we have ever done a reaction where the image is on the.
It's in portrait, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
All
yeah.
right.
It's a
In
good
three,
start.
in 3, 2, 1. And that's Smack Daddy, yeah?
Yeah, formerly known as, yeah.
Someone that Bo knows very well.
Yeah, I can't remember what he goes by now, but yeah, at the time that's what he was known as.
Tobias something, I think.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
So
probably
yeah,
made the
so
music. There we go.
yeah, so this is Trav coming out, who is the general manager of the time of NAW. He was the special referee in this match. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that the stipulation was it was a straight fight or no DQ or no holds barred. I'm not too sure. That was probably just to cover how shit I am at wrestling because I'm not a wrestler.
Look
But,
at that hair.
yeah, as you can see, look at that hair. Look at what gear I'm wearing. That's Jeremy Smacks's old gear that he lent me for the night. Because I didn't have gear, man. I didn't have anything. I honestly I didn't want this match. George wanted this match. I tried to talk George out of it. George wanted it, so I'm like, whatever. If George wants it,
And you knock over your briefcase. Okay.
that's a good start by me. Not going over the break.
I was about to ask what that was, but thank you. It's a briefcase, apparently.
Yeah. And you can see that I'm just nervously like walking around the ring because at this point I'm just shitting my pants.
My question is, what's actually inside the box there, Bo?
So you'll find that out in the next couple of minutes.
Ooh.
I used the prop straight away. There's no teasing here, so
Man, there's a legend himself.
you can see George just walking around. Yeah, it's walking around the ring. At one point, I'm pretty sure because like George is Maltese, so I think I'm like beating George up, and I'm just screaming, "I'm the king of Malta." I don't know why, but I'm like choking him, and I'm like screaming, "I'm the king of Malta." Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And there you go. You see Trav checking on George, and then me still running and like walking around nervously around the ring.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh, hello. What's?
Yeah, here you go. Hold on. What am I doing here?
No, you're not. Stay there.
Let's see. Yeah, so as you can tell, I had to stall, wait for George.
Oh!
There we go.
That's hashtag Mr. Fuji's racist self. Trademark Edge and Christian show.
Yep, that was George's idea. George wanted me to do that. I didn't suggest that.
But
at all.
that much in the face?
That's what George wanted.
All right.
I cannot stress how badly I want to do that when I'm cleared again, just because, like, what the ultimate dick move that the blind guy is blinding other people.
Look at that offense! Look at him, he's dominating the old man!
Hey, look, he definitely is Andre the Giant with that afro, Jesus. This is like prime Andre right now, just destroying people in Japan. Look at the size of that man. He'll be at least 8 feet tall.
That's right, King of Malta.
King of Malta.
Yeah, because George's catchphrase is like he's the man or whatever. So I just used that. All right, this is the spot that I was talking about where I couldn't find the table.
That early in the match?
Yeah. So we only had 5 minutes. I think this match actually goes for about 8 because George just kept going. It just didn't end.
Going over, brother.
The best way that I describe this match to people is like, because you have to remember, I'm blind here. I'm not wearing glasses. Yeah. This was just like this wasn't a wrestling match. This was just survival for me. Like you'll see later on what I mean by that. Look at those punches. Look at those punches. Fantastic.
So I'm pretty sure what I'm hearing out of this is MXW is going to have Crossfire versus Bo in a blindfold match.
Oh yeah, great. That'll be fantastic. How long do we have? 60
Literally
minutes?
will be the blind leading the blind. Let's go.
Yeah. So anyway, this was the spot that I was talking about in the podcast.
Yeah.
So I improvised. It was supposed to be a table, but I got the chair instead.
Yeah.
And I was just going to do the same spot with Trav, because we only had 5 minutes, but then Trav didn't want to do it. So I'm like, okay, George, we'll just move out of the way. That's just what happened. And now you can see George just, look at that. Look at that. They don't teach you that.
He's actually laying those fucking kicks in too from the looks.
Yeah, it wasn't too great. And you can see me just wailing around and screaming as my hair just like blows in the wind.
George reminds me of like the people you see on the news, right? Where they try and like rob like an elderly person or break into someone's house and they don't realize that they're former like military or something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Because I don't think I get anything in after this. Like I think it's all just George from here. I
will say this though, that George, for how old he is, to be moving the way he's doing, man, he's the man.
No, he's moving better than I do. Like,
yeah, and you have to remember as well. Like this was all me. I planned the entire match, so this was all my doing.
oh.
So there we go. Look, he's choking me with the fucking
Just
beard.
you screaming is hilarious.
Yeah, I'm just flailing around. This is terrible, man.
Oh.
I think we're officially over time. Like at this point, like the match was supposed to be over, and we're still out there. Yeah,
That's all right. I think George would be all right with it.
No, yeah, George was fine with it, but George wasn't the booker at the time. So I mean, George owns NAW, but he wasn't the booker. So.
Oh, I thought he was the booker as well.
Nah, not at the time. No. Like, it just gets worse.
Dude just like shatter his entire hand
Yeah.
like a fucking trash can.
Yeah.
Go back.
Just let it end. Just let it end. Get me out. Get me out. I don't know if you caught that, but there was a kid as I fell. He's just like, I felt the ground shake. Every time I hear that, it just makes me chuckle.
It seems to be the way no matter where it is, like even the most family-friendly shows, it's always the kids that are so vocal and just so savage.
I miss your hair being this long. I love it.
This is an Iron Man match, mate.
This is, yeah. I'm gassed just watching this. It's I find it unbelievable that like my match with Jeremy was longer than this, and I was just as equally gassed at the end. Like here we go. Yeah, so there's the table. There's the table. The part where I was talking about in the podcast, it's coming up.
Oh, it's already broken.
The thinnest table in the history of wrestling.
It's still good. It's still good.
Look at it, it's broken. And then here we go. Is this moment? And he just fell. He was supposed to roll. He was supposed to roll. And I'm like, yeah, like, get out. You've done your,
You've done your spot.
dash.
Come on.
Yeah, you've done your dash, and the match is still going. I think we're near the end. I don't think there's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go.
Oh my god.
And then I'm just dead. Hey, look, I'm just dead. The match is over. I'm dead.
I just love that the referee sits up for like 2 seconds just to call for the bell, and then he's dead again.
And there you have it. A 70-year-old man beats at the time 27.
You know what the thing is? I still believe George would be able to kick my ass even watching that.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, he kept it going. He kept going.
Oh, see. George, I love you so much.
Yeah, look. I just want to get out at this point. I'm like, let me go.
I just love
the back.
Just love that he won the match, but he's just like, nah.
I'll show you who's the king of Malta. Run, Bo, run!
But the match is over. Let me go backstage. Oh. And there you have it. That was that train wreck.
That was better than Hogan Andre.
Does George ever age? He looks exactly the same that he does now.
So I actually last year I saw George because me and Jeremy we worked through our match and we wanted a ring to practice in, so we went to George's and then we ended up just speaking to George for like a couple of hours. It was just good to see him. And yeah, like that was the match. that's it. I don't know. It was certainly a match that happened in my career. Is there any other questions or anything that you guys have regarding the match? Because I can answer all and any.
John, I'll get you. You can go first. I do have one, but I'll let you go first.
As I said, I mean that was better than a Hogan Andre. I don't care what anyone says. That was 5 stars. But no, you said there's not going to be a rematch, but I want a rematch.
So do I.
Yeah. So George, after the match, I spoke to George, and George was like, "You understand, brother? We're gonna have a rematch. It's gonna be me and you, bro. You understand?" And I'm like, "George, no rematches." And he's like, "Oh, come on. We got to have one more match. It could be tag team match. You understand?" I'm like, "No, George, no rematches. No, I'm done. I am done." That storyline went for 3-4 shows. Like I didn't even give you the context of like storyline wise.
All right. Let's go into context. What drove you to have this match?
Okay, so from what I can remember, because I was managing Sicko Smacks, so Jeremy was Sicko at the time, and I was managing him. So for some reason, I think George laid his hands on me during one of Jeremy's matches, to the point where I threatened to sue. Because that's what you do in wrestling storylines. You threaten to sue somebody, and then it all ends up with you having a match.
Yes.
So what happened is that I went to go sue him. We had a storyline segment at another. It was an NAW show, but it was like their pure show, like their second show, where I had someone come out as my lawyer. So I actually created a character, for the lawyer to be. So the lawyer's name was Ken Kentucky Jr. But
that is a wrestling name and a half.
Kentucky Jr.
But the weird
Kentucky Jr. But all your legal issues.
But the weird thing is that I decided to use that name for a lawyer character, even though I created Ken Kentucky Jr. to be a NASCAR driver. So his whole gimmick was that he wanted to be a NASCAR driver. and his dad, Ken Kentucky Senior, was also in NASCAR. And his dad tragically passed away. So in order to honor his father, he decided to go into the wrestling business. I don't know how it all ties together.
So
I don't know.
it was some sort of tragic accident. So his dad he then became a lawyer so he could sue
No,
NASCAR.
So in the original story, he was just a NASCAR driver that was a wrestler that wanted to wrestle for his dad. But because we needed to introduce a lawyer character, I couldn't think of a name, so I'm just like, oh, Ken Kentucky Jr.
That's how you make him a lawyer. His dad has a tragic accident and he vows to take revenge on the NASCAR, becomes a lawyer.
John, we're not fantasy booking on the show again.
Yeah.
We're not fantasy booking on the show again.
So yeah, Ken Kentucky Jr., NASCAR driver turned lawyer, was my lawyer.
Yeah.
And there was, I can't remember, but there was like a contract or something where George got me to sign it. So if I won that match, I owned NAW. And if I lost that match, then I can't sue George. That was pretty much it. Yeah, and that was the match. So I don't own NAW. I lost. I can't sue.
You know how we talked briefly after December to Dismember of you possibly going back in the ring at Alpha.
Yep.
Maybe,
I can't remember what answer I gave you.
Yeah. I feel like calling the manager Mike Manson and saying, "Hey, have you had George's number? Let's have a rematch of that."
No rematches.
See on commentary, brother.
No rematches. I'm not to throw back to Rocky again. I'm not gonna backflip on it like what Apollo does. So in Rocky, I think we're at the end of Rocky 1, he's like, no rematches. And at Rocky 2, he wants a rematch where Rocky is just like, you said no rematches.
It's just
But no, I'm hardline. There's no more. That's it. No more me versus George.
this is wrestling. It's a little bit different, like you say no one time and then all of a sudden 10 years later.
It's the same. It's the same. No.
Hey, as I say that, let me reiterate one thing. There is no chance I am ever getting in the ring. Okay, folks, it is not happening. So I'm just making fun of Bo. He probably will go back in the ring, but no. Huh?
That's a lie. You were in the ring. You're in the ring in Alpha. You're technically in the ring.
Well, yeah.
You're technically in the ring. Technicality. Have we lost John? Oh, there he is.
I was just
the technicality, man. You were in the ring.
I'm never taking a bump in the ring. Oh, I've already done that too.
You just spitting lies, man. Come on.
He's gonna have to keep just changing it. It's like, I'm never gonna do it by choice.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I think what I need
That's
to do
a good one. I will never do it by choice.
I need to design a mask and then send it to DPC, and it can be El Hijo de Hitman, and we'll just have George in a mask. And there's your loophole because it's wrestling.
I don't ever want to fight George again. My partner wants me to like. Sorry, excuse me. Ash wants me to like. I think it's one of her favorite matches ever. And I'm like, why? I'm like, it's
fun.
But
atrocious.
That right there is like your joke about having Hogan Andre like as the thumbnail or whatever else. That right there is like the true crux of professional wrestling.
It's
hey, you just weren't rolling around the mat like Bret Hart or Kurt Angle or whatever, but you went out there. You had the storyline to back it up.
Yep.
And the fact that George is over as because he's George and he could beat up anyone regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you threw in the comedy and a few weapons, and it's just like cool. Like,
and you had the amazing hair as well. So that it got all ticks of all boxes.
I think star ratings are a bunch of shit. But so honestly, like you could if you go 3 out of 5, that's a solid match. Like everyone's entertained. You went 3 minutes over. The crowd didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't know that you went over.
We didn't give a shit. We enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I love comedy wrestling is like my favorite. Yeah, and like
100%, dude, 100%.
And one of my favorite wrestlers is Toriano from New Japan. The thing is, like, if he wanted to, he could actually go. But his shtick is comedy. Yeah. And I fucking love Yano. Like, I think there was a stretch where he wrestled a match with Moxley during I think it was the G1, and he beat Moxley. He beat, and then there's like a photo. It was like my cover photo on Facebook for a period of time. It was like Moxley in the ring, disappointed in himself, and it's got like Yano laughing. Like, it's just like I just love that shit, man. Like, I just love comedy wrestling, and that's why I try
actually,
and integrate it into anything that I do.
I very often use Santino Marella as the example, right? Only one
Yeah.
person has ever kicked out of the Cobra. Technically, it's two, but one of them was without the glove. So in wrestling terms, it wasn't a full power. So it doesn't-
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
you look at that character, that was built to perfection, and then it got to a point where we all thought he was going to win the Rumble for a split.
Oh my god!
And then the Elimination Chamber, he's the final two, and that's when Brian kicks out of the Cobra for the first time properly, like the glove, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, kicked out of the Cobra! What? No way!" Like, it's fine. You build it up.
A well protected finish.
one of the best examples of like being a great comedy wrestler and being a great wrestler as well. Colt Cabana, right? I don't know if you do you know his alter ego Matt Classic?
Yeah, I know Matt. I know of Matt Classic. Yeah.
I had no idea. So I watched not World Society, Wrestling Society X, and Matt Classic was one of my favorites. I had no idea that was Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I think it was on his podcast, the Art of Wrestling, when he revealed it. I went, holy! How do you go from being, this character to this character? It also reminds you of an Australian wrestler who
I was about to say that, DPT, someone that you were mind boggled, and I actually was to an extent as well. But it's also like Curryman or the Suicide.
Oh my god, that's another one. Curryman is with
Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
Ed Suicide was, I think it was a
also
combination
Daniels and Kazarian.
It was Kazarian, yeah,
and TJP,
Caleb Conway.
Yeah, a combination of people, yeah.
Or
like
or we could
like Doink the Clown, combination of people.
I was going to say Mr. America, but we all know who that was under that mask.
That was Steve Richards.
Yeah, it was Mr. What do you mean? It was just Mr. America, just without his mask on.
God, we could go on for days when it comes to comedy wrestling.
Santino Marella, for example.
Yeah,
twin sister with the matching tattoos.
Yeah, exactly. They commit to the bit, man. They've got a real tight sibling love. That's dedication right there.
Oh boy, well,
I thoroughly enjoyed that. But so what we reacted to earlier, which obviously I think it's going. Is it going out the week before this or
the week before it?
Wow.
What a fun day it's been for me and John recording 2 episodes.
And I think the lack of sleep, in a way, probably helped it quite a bit, to be honest. Like, I've slept for 2.5 hours in the last 2 days, pretty much.
I don't know if we said it on the last episode, but you're running on 2 hours sleep. I'm running on 4 hours sleep because the birds outside my
I'm running
window.
on 6 hours sleep. There you go. 2, 4, 6.
Yes.
2, 4, 6. There you go.
Oh my god! What these are always fun to do. This is my highlight of the week whenever I get to do this stuff with people.
I think I'm gonna have to go through and find some more comedy style matches because I've got a chunk of like great wrestling in general, and then we've got death matches.
I don't think I've got anything on my.
And maybe try to find some like high flying lucha type shit as well while I'm at it, so we can cover all bases.
I think we should find some more Bose matches too. I think that'll be good.
I've got 2, so that's one. The second one was the one in MXW. So if he's ever want to watch that match and have me have my commentary during it, then I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to do that.
I have to make sure I get the permission from MXW to do that first.
Well, of course, yeah, it's all right. I know who's running the show there. I'll talk to them.
So do I. Just wish they answer me straight away instead of taking 4 hours to respond.
I could just be like, hey, I'm technically staff. I'm in the staff page. Can I react to this on the YouTubes?
Well,
It's all about talking to the right people, man. You're talking to the right people and being the right person.
Well, that's the end of this week's episode of Reaction Wrestling Wednesdays. Bo, where can we find you on all your socials?
So I think it's at Buddha Hocking _ or at Buddha Hocking. I did this last time. I'm not prepared at all. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Just stalling time. I'm just stalling time. Buddha Hocking _ is my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that I use that all the time. And my Twitter is Bats Lotto. So it's Tats Lotto, but replace the T with a B. So Bats Lotto.
I love it.
You find me on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And that's it really for my socials. So I barely check my Instagram. I check my X, but I don't really tweet anything apart from.
I can toast to that. I can toast to that because every time I message Bo, he doesn't answer. I have to message him on Facebook to get a response. So
I'm awful, man. I'm awful at because the thing is, I see the message, I know the message is there, but I'm either at work or I'm doing something. So I'll go, I'll reply to that later. I never fucking do.
See, I'm the opposite. So I'm like that with Facebook. So if anyone's sitting there like, I'll answer later.
I'm like that with
Instagram,
everything.
bang.
Everything. I'm like that. I forget. And then it's like, even my mother, I get text messages from my mother. I reply back 2 days later.
In saying that though, now if you listen to the episode where I had Bo on, right, I found a copy of Toy Story 3 and I messaged him.
Yes!
Right? How long did it actually take him to respond to me? 2 seconds.
Yes!
Priorities, man. Priorities.
It's the game of the year. That's why it's the game of the year every year. Let's go. Let's go. That's what you should do. Do a Let's Play of Toy Story 3. Viewers will be coming in from around the world.
I just love that somehow, some way, these Reaction Wednesday videos, and it wasn't me that brought it up this time. We're back at Disney DPC. We're just gonna have to make a segment at the end of all these where we just make something up about Disney. Like it's just a thing now. How many episodes in a row are we talking Disney?
I think all the episodes we've done together, we've actually mentioned Disney in some form.
Hey, that was a good segue though. It's not like you tried to shoehorn it in. That was really well done.
It's funny is because I had my kid with me and I started laughing profusely about it, and he just says to me, "Why are you laughing?" He goes, Dad had Bo on the show, and we're talking about Toy Story 3. He's like, "Oh, that's a good game. We should get it." Like
it is.
I turned around to him and was like, "Don't encourage him, please."
It is a good game.
Yeah.
Did you buy it?
No.
Come on, man. What are you doing?
No. The only reason I didn't buy it is because the cover was a bit scratched. I will buy it because we are going to do that episode eventually where we talk to it. But you're gonna face Bubs. I'm not that great at video games, but he is. I bet you my kid.
I have to go look up this game when we get up there now because I didn't even know they turned it into a game. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, so it's loosely based on the movie. It's actually pretty good. Like you've got the story mode, and then you've got the sandbox mode. So the sandbox mode is where you'll probably get the most excitement out of the game. Yeah, it's yeah. Why would Toy Story 3 have a sandbox mode? It beats me, but it's actually surprisingly pretty good.
Oh boy, I can't wait to do that episode with you. I really can't. John, where can we find Corner Conversation?
At CIC Pod on Facebook and YouTube. It's at Corning Conversation, one word on Instagram. I repeat myself every week, but someone else has that tag, so it is what it is. But just follow my main Instagram at sensational_LJ. Pod and my graphics page are all in the bio, and everything is in the link tree. Amazon wishlist, pro wrestling tees, my merch, the new podcast logo, not this one, that's my singles theme, brother, but no, the actual podcast logo, the new logo is now on a shirt as of today, as we record this. So hopefully I can sell some of those. But,
yeah. When are you going to get me on, John? I know this is the first time I've ever spoken to you ever, but when are you going to get me on?
I'll add you to the list, mate. It's all good. But we've got good chemistry already, so let's go.
Look at that networking.
We asked some
networking.
repeat questions that DPC's asked you, but that's fine.
It's networking. See, this is what you do. It's wrestling 101.
I've built way more like things through this show than I did ever wrestling. It's ridiculous. It's like got to be a part of MXW and what if it's cool, and now I'm just like, who knew all I had to do was almost have my eyeball explode to take me out of the connection, right?
Fucking hell.
Like stab myself in the eye with a fork or something if I knew it was that.
Oh my god. Well, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel, and enable those notifications to stay up to date whenever we post anything. If you can't wait for the next video, make sure to check out Corner Conversation and What If It's Cool on all the podcasts wherever you get them, because, well, let's be honest, they're great shows. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Adios.
And make sure, because he hasn't said it yet, make sure to buy his merch.
There you go, just fact.